Hello, friends. Old Incurably Crafty Orm is back. Oh, minus about a pound or two of hair. But, yeah, it's that lovely time of year again. Um, Finally got warm where I live. Only took an extra 2 or 3 months. But today's video is going to be another tobacco pipe. Not necessarily because I want to show off the pipe itself. A little bit because I want to show off the pipe itself. I just made it today. Pretty happy about it. Um, It's got my insignia on it, the same insignia I'd have on like my shields and flags and all that crap. My army would march under. Um, but no, all jokes aside. The reason I'm doing a video for this tobacco pipe isn't because I made a new one and I want to show you guys. That's what my Facebook's for. This is because I want to put an emphasis on safe things that you can use to decorate the pipes, but also, there are two different styles. I'm going to show you my old one real quick. This is the one I did in my first tobacco pipe video. It's my travel pipe, my little Rangerly doodad, and it works great. I've been using it for months. It's helped me stop smoking cigarettes. I don't inhale this, so my lungs feel a lot better. It's definitely not the healthiest smoking cessation tool in the world. But if I gotta sacrifice my teeth for the sake of my lungs, I think it's better than nothing, I guess. I don't know. Ultimately, the only right answer is just don't smoke tobacco. Right? Right. So, this one, there's a few things about it. It's being a travel pipe. It's short stemmed, so it's easy to put in a pouch or a pocket. It's straight stem too, which I find is easier to manage in a pocket. There's nothing that really gets caught on anything, or nothing's put a weird amount of pressure on it in any which direction. It also has a long and narrow bowl, which is great for packing it thus far and being able to block the wind and smoke outside, and doesn't give me a hard time. It's also really easy to put tobacco in and then just take my pinky, and I get a perfect pack with my pinky tip every time. So it is a really convenient, easy travel piece. It's pretty thick. When I first made this one, I was really nervous because this piece down here kind of seemed like it was going to be a little thin, but so far, honestly, this thing's worked perfectly. I clean it every day, which is also kind of therapeutic for me. It's like an end of the day thing. I get home from work, I take this thing out, and I just kind of clean it out. I do also smoke it on my breaks at work. Yeah, it's been kind of fun. My coworkers don't look at me super weird anymore. But I'm going to show you guys the next one that I made. This one's a travel pipe, like I said. This is my little Ranger pipe. The next one I'm going to show you is a resting pipe. It's supposed to be more of an at-home thing. I might still bring it to work just once, just to show it off a little, or whatever. But for all intents and purposes, this is my wizard pipe. So that is the one I made today. I like using the pen grips for ends because they can really easily be taken off and sanitized and everything. This one I super glued down, but it's a little piece of rubber, an alcohol wipe around it works wonders. But also because I can grip it with my teeth. I mean, So, yeah, gotta keep getting high scores. I can't be hindered by having to constantly stop. Also, benefit to pipes over cigarettes, I don't have to stop and ash this thing. While I'm playing Diablo, or I'm playing an Elder Scrolls game, or if I feel like dusting off Champions of Norath for some awesome reason. Whip, bam, boom. Here we go. Oh, and I got my wood burner out, and I had a little bit of fun. I burned my insignia on here, which is also tattooed on my arm and is completely original and is basically as good as my signature at this point. It's on a great deal of my pieces, usually hidden in somewhere. If someone tries to steal my stuff, I can be like, nope, that's mine. Check this out. Just yank the sleeve up. But yeah, that's the crest that would be on my shields, my banners, all that stuff, my underlings, ha ha ha. But this one I did differently. There's a couple of things different. First of all, they're both made out of a different type of wood, which I'm sure you can probably tell. They are both stained, so don't take the color into consideration for that. This one has a lighter, fluffier grain, where this one's much denser and tighter. That's kind of its giveaway. Um, and this one is way the hell huger, which has nothing to do with the wood. I just wanted to point that out real quick. But because this is a resting pipe, so ideally you'd pack it once and just kind of puff on it throughout the night. You're not supposed to smoke this whole thing in one sit down. If you do, bless your literal heart, because you're going to need it. But excuse me. Oh, that one wasn't from tobacco. Oops. This one I stained with coffee, and then I did vegetable oil to lock the coffee in, and then the thinnest layer of cleared nail polish on the places where there isn't going to be an interaction with the flame or high amounts of heat, so that you're not inhaling the chemical vapors from the nail polish. Because even once it's dry and it's no longer immediately flammable, yes, wet nail polish is extremely flammable. But when it's dry, at least the vapors are. When it's dry and the vapors aren't releasing and it's not immediately flammable, you can still heat it up and inhale those chemicals and damage yourself tremendously. So that one, coffee is my main wood stain with vegetable oil and yada, yada, yada. This one I stained with honey. And it smells really good. And I'm looking forward to, there's actually still a teeny tiny little puddle of honey in there at the very bottom that I'm waiting for it to dry. But I am super, super excited to throw some tobacco in this and see how it tastes. Because obviously you don't want to put anything other than your immediate natural stain product inside of here. Like on the other one, it's coffee. So like on the inside of here, there is nothing in there but the honey. There's no vegetable oil, nothing. On the outside here, I did the same thing. I let the honey soak in a little bit, and then I used vegetable oil over top of it to force it in the wood and really lock it in. And then I used that thin coating of nail polish starting just a hair above the top of the lion and down. So it's away from anywhere where there's going to be flame contact or high amounts of heat. Also, this is experimental for me, this one specifically, and I am going to throw some tobacco in it and try it with you guys. I'm not going to wait for it to dry. But the reason this one is experimental is because I cook with honey a lot. Like most of the meat that I cook, and I cook dinner, my fiance and I cook together, so we usually teamwork it at least 5 nights a week. One night one of us does it, and the other night's DoorDash. Whatever. But this one's going to be experimental because I do know that when a lot of heat is applied to honey, it smokes up a lot and it burns super hot. So I'm really hoping that that oil lock process, which does also diminish any airflow through the wood, is going to stop this from basically bursting into flame in my hand when the temperature gets over 100 degrees, which is a given because pipes generally burn upwards of 180 degrees internally. Figure roughly like twice as hot as a cigarette, which is a lot because cigarettes are, yeah. Anyway, more math for later. I'm going to load some tobacco into this fine feller here. Our very first pack, and we're going to do it together as a community. Wow, this thing is taking up a lot of this. Yeah, this is definitely an evening bowl. I might not bring this one to work now that I'm thinking about it. I got lucky. I got a lot of really cool coworkers. We all joke about a lot of stuff. We all get along super, super well. And I know some of you guys might be watching this, so I'm not saying that just to kiss your butts. I really do appreciate being able to sit there and smoke a freaking pipe like a pirate, and y'all just not judge me at all. It's kind of neat. Fresh change of pace from a whole middle school getting bullied, So, all joking aside, let's give her a try. See if it tastes as good as it smells. Because I'm not kidding, this thing smells great. I can smell the honey over anything else by leaps and bounds. Which is good too, because you definitely don't want to start using your pipe until you know for a fact that 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 very thin single layer of clear nail polish, which anymore is way too much. You don't want it to be enough to soak in the wood. You just want it to be enough to lock the vegetable oil in. But anyway, I lost my place. Screw it. Let's light up. The proper way to do this, for the record, is to take a coal from a fire and place the coal in the top of the to place an ember in the top of your pipe and just let it kind of use gravity and that heat to smoke your tobacco down. Using a Bic is really not very efficient anyway. All being period aside, it lets the tobacco rise too much as it's heating, but as you can see, Bilbo Baggins would be proud. Definitely holding an ember. And it really tastes like honey. Which, that honey flavor will probably wear off by the end of the night, but in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy it. And like always, dear friends, family, and strangers I've yet to call friend, but someday shall. Thank you always for indulging me. Like always, like ratings are always appreciated, but more so are your opinions. So feel free to stuff that comment section down below with them. Don't forget to be safe, no matter what you're doing, whether they're fun do-it-yourself projects like these, or going out for real adventures. But no matter what, don't forget to have fun, guys. Thank you all.